What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, back with the banger of the day, guys. And we're at Main Street right now. We actually were just shooting the brand new Alpha Foxtrot Romulus. More than likely you've seen that video already, but they are now open, and I wanted to go ahead and pick up that 10mm. I have a couple of options that I'm gonna have Jackson help me out on, and we're gonna make a decision on purchasing my first 10mm handgun, because why not? You know, it's a caliber that we don't have yet, and I would like to add it to the arsenal, so we're gonna make it happen. I called up Jackson. I asked him already. He got the hat on today. He's looking spiffy, and I told me if you could help me out with some 10 mils, man. You ready?
Well, it's good that you called, because I got a bunch already laid out.
Yes, thank you, sir. What's the history behind the 10 mil from what you know, at least?
So 10 mil was basically developed as a deeper penetration round. The law enforcement agencies, some over in Europe, some here in the US, wanted basically a bigger round than 9 mil, but they didn't want to adopt the subsonicness of the 45 ACP.
Gotcha.
Wanted something with a good ballistics and a lot of strength, but not as slow as 45.
And what I've heard was it the FBI specifically?
They were the ones working on it. It was kind of a failure. They really didn't adopt it. It was much more for out west troops, Alaskan stuff, bigger caliber stuff.
Okay. From what I heard too, was it because, I hate to say this to the FBI, but I heard that it was hurting them or something, their hands or something?
It was
too
painful.
painful. Yeah. So then did they revert to 40 Smith & Wesson or something?
They tried to go back to it, then eventually they kind of phased it out for 9 mil.
Yeah.
They went back down to it. Some law enforcement agencies, you know, it's a job dependent for it, so it's there. But it's still a really cool piece. It's really fun to fire.
And from what I heard also is, I guess you could say 357 to 38 special is 10mm to 40 Smith & Wesson. You can shoot 40 Smith & Wesson out of a 10mm, correct? From what I heard, it's risky, but you can do. It's not recommended.
No, do not shoot 40 in your 10mm unless you absolutely have to. That said, you can do it, because now I understand it, 10mm is just a necked up 40 for what it is. It's a more powerful 40 version.
If you want to clarify and help us in the comment section, feel free to do so. But this is what's been said on the internet. It's not. He's not recommending it.
Use the calibers that your gun is rated.
Exactly. Exactly.
But we got a bunch of 10mm here for
Yes, this one has been one that's been definitely on the radar. I see a Rock Island. Is it the Rock Island?
Now this is the single stack. They do make a double stack.
Yeah, I was about to say. Okay. Oh, I forgot all about this guy. Did this get recently phased out though? From Springfield?
Redoing their line. I've actually heard rumors that the Echelon may be coming in 10mm.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the Echelon kind of replace this, but some people will swear by the XD is this solid, which I mean, I'm not knocking it at all. So we got two Smith & Wesson. I mean, two SIGs. My bad.
SIG's gonna get mad at you. You gotta watch
Yeah, my bad, SIG. My bad. We got the X10. This has been another one we've been talking about. This is the big boy. P320. It's like an X5, I guess, or X10. My bad. X10. And it's got the topographic. And then this is this the comped one?
Yes, this is gonna be your compensated one. So it'll have your 4-inch barrel with the compensator. Probably the most pleasant out of the set to shoot. I still think the FN's better.
Yeah.
The 320, especially if you got a long barrel with the comp, would probably be the most comfortable to shoot.
15 round mag, Picatinny, got a little bit longer. This one is this 15 also? You got 15. You got the Rock Island, which also comes in the double stack one I've seen. This is single 10.
Yeah, should be 8 plus 1?
8 maybe? Let's see, 1, 2, 3.
10 mil is pretty big, so you gotta remember that.
Yeah, 7 here, probably 7 plus 1. Yeah.
And actually, probably firing the little tablet for you. Firing 10 mil out of the 1911 frame would actually probably handle better than the other ones. You just lose that capacity.
Yeah.
But with the metal frame and how much recoil you're going to see in the increase of the caliber, might not be too bad of an option. I personally still prefer something like the 510, but 1911 style is there. In fact, we have another one over that we might see sometime later.
Okay.
It's even nicer than that one.
Got you. So okay, so yeah, I didn't even think about the 1911, but that's definitely something to recommend. Now that I think about it, I mean, I knew you guys probably got some you got probably the SIGs over there too.
Yeah,
so a couple of 19 and the Dan Wesson. This is one that I haven't really thought about at all. It's not
so the XD's there. I'll go out on a limb. Springfield's not my favorite company. They make very good guns. Personally, for me, if I'm gonna go with a gun with the rear guard safety, I prefer the 1911 style than Springfield's.
But what about your Smith & Wesson? Because they run that.
Not on the old style, doesn't on the M2s.
Oh, some of them recently though they started adding it, right?
They started to go over there as well too. In fact, that was the one actually I didn't grab over here, but it'd be the Smith & Wesson 10 we talked about.
Oh yes,
yep.
Yes. We have to check that one out. Definitely though, this one is probably like now these in general. I could say like we're here. What I can't help is 15, but then you have a 20 rounder. Why not? You know, and then last but not least, we got threaded barrel. So, and I did bring my suppressor, which apparently you can shoot 45 can with that because it's the 5.7 X time, whatever. It's a weird thread pitch, but it's the same thread pitch on there. So, all right, so we're going to, unfortunately, XD and Rock Island, we'll put them out. We'll keep these right here. I guess we're gonna move down so we could put these over there on that side or something. We could check out. You said there's a
Yeah, so I can grab the Smith & Wesson.
Okay, we'll grab the Smith & Wesson. What you thinking, Tim? Like what you liking out of what you seeing?
I mean, these two, looks-wise, are my
Yeah,
favorite.
looks.
I don't have the all metal.
Okay.
But I have regular. I have competition with optic, competition without optic, and then radio.
What kind of Vortex?
Yeah. So I was thinking you probably go this, just not to make it too crowded. That Smith and that Smith. Probably good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard good things about that Performance Center.
G was my runner-up.
Yeah. I definitely got to pick up one of these eventually, man. And y'all got the recent, just off topic, but y'all got the recent 9mm comp that they just dropped. I think I saw it.
We did.
They're gone?
No, they're still here.
Okay.
You want to know something surprising though?
What?
The Carry, the one with the polymer lower, is actually been more popular than the full metal one.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
People like the Smith & Wesson mid-size for it,
Yeah.
which I quite enjoy as a Smith & Wesson guy. I carried the full size, but the mid-size has been selling faster than the metal. That might also be a price point. Smith & Wesson's very proud of it, but
Yeah.
we've sold quite a few of the polymer coated ones as well too, instead of the.
All right. So I like the comp. Now you did say that you have one of these that is the same, but no optic, correct?
No optic, yeah,
Okay.
we do.
So I'll just put this here. I like this. It's cool.
So, here would be your base.
Yeah, the base. I'm gonna go with this way, and I'm gonna take these out now,
Okay.
and this one out, because I feel like if I'm gonna go comp, I'm gonna go big boy. Like I'm not scared to go small with a 10. I'm not trying to go for a compact size 10mm. Like it doesn't
No,
make.
there's no reason to, and that's,
Even though this is kind of the smallest one, but
we do have a lot of requests for a lot of 45 and 10mm ones. So, for instance, the Glock 30 is very popular.
Yeah.
That'd be the 45 cal in there.
Okay.
I wouldn't personally recommend it, but a lot of people do carry it. But yeah, if you're going to go 10mm, in my opinion, full size is definitely the way to go.
yeah, good trigger. The SIG trigger. I like the trigger SIG, but it's just the typical SIG trigger. That sponge, that donk. Crisp. The thread barrel is what keeps this in, brother, and the mag. So we can move. Is there anything? There's some on the other side, right?
Legions.
Okay.
If you want, I can take some over there. We can have.
Yeah, we can take them over there.
All right, which one do you want to see next to?
We'll keep these,
Okay.
and we don't need the optic one. We'll take that one too. That one too. No, my bad. The P320. Yeah, we'll take it over there. All right, so we have here the Legion, and we got, is this a Dan Wesson? Okay, so recently picked up the 229. You should see a video on it. This is the 220, double action, single action.
Single stack 10mm.
Single stack, 8. That's nasty. That trigger pull is nasty. But it's a Legion, it's a 220. I mean, it's a nice thing.
You're getting 6 pride and joy.
Yeah. Have not gotten a Dan Wesson, not yet.
You know whose favorite gun that is? Perry.
Perry?
Perry's favorite. Perry is a huge Dan Wesson fan. He's fired quite a few of them, and he
gonna
gets some
also-
very high reviews.
Ooh, this trigger's really nice.
Perry's our gunsmith here at Main Street.
Damn, this is a really good trigger.
Dan Wesson does a fantastic job. You will only get one sided 1911, so it's not going to be ambi, but you're right-handed, so
Oh,
it should be
yeah.
ammunition.
And then you lose your optics. That's the only thing.
That's the kind of downfall with a 1911 is most of them are not
Yeah.
going to be that optic cut for it.
Yeah.
But
You ain't got nothing. I mean, no rails, nothing. You're just straight up, just
good
living-
old-fashioned.
Yeah, good
American
old
1911,
fashioned.
Just in a newer caliber.
I like them, but these guys, I'm going modern tactical with it, so these are going to be out the race. We're going to kind of try to go back to this. Now, I did want to ask you something off the wall, because I know you know your history right here. I would like to know about this M1 carbine behind.
Oh, this old girl?
Yeah.
All right.
I've been seeing these for a minute, and I almost bought one like years ago from here, right? It had this. It was the M1 carbine, and y'all might even have one. I think y'all had one recently too, with the folding stock, the paratrooper one.
Oh.
Y'all had one like a couple months back, I think.
Did. So, talk about this one first. So, the M1
Yeah.
carbine, World War II, basically truck gun. Same thing. Same reason why you'd carry a PCC today. World
Yeah.
War II troops wanted it. It actually was not designed to be a frontline service weapon. It was designed to be simply a rear echelon support and truck gun.
Okay.
It was so popular with Allied troops, especially the U.S. Army, the Rangers, and the Marine Corps, that they adopted it. And it saw wide-scale service all the way through. They were still being used in Vietnam to a degree.
Wow.
All the way from the early 40s all the way until almost the 70s.
What's the magazine capacity on this?
So World War II, it would have been a 15 standard. Korea, they moved up and past that, would have been a 30.
Okay.
Very fun to shoot.
So where do we put this on the scale of the M1 Garand and the M14? Is this in
this
between, or
would be-
before?
Okay, so if you're talking like, you know me, I like
Yeah.
family gun dynamics.
Yeah.
So you got your Garand would be your M14's father.
Yeah.
This would be kind of confused nephew.
I got you. Yeah.
Smaller, more compact, very easy to fire.
Same time frame though.
Same time.
Okay. Got
It
you.
would have been a couple years after the Garand. So Garand is late 30s. This
Yeah.
would have been very early 40s.
So is it before the 14 M14?
Yes. M14,
Okay.
M14 would have been in the 50s during Korea.
Got you. And then this shot, the 30 cal,
30 caliber carbine.
which is not an easy round to find as
It's
much.
getting harder and harder. Unfortunately, those
Yeah.
military spam cans just aren't what they used to be for it. Have you ever fired 30 carbine before then?
Nah, I've seen the bullets though. They're not. They're like 357, like long, right? They're like short. They're small and long.
Straight rim case.
Yeah.
I will say this is one of the most addicting calibers to fire in the world, because once you fire one, that rapid fire is a lot.
It's good. Yeah, maybe down the road I have to grab one, because like I said, the one I saw that was a folder, is that like a paratrooper one? Or what was that about?
In World War II, the paratroopers specifically wanted a low action carbine, but they wanted it to be foldable so that the paratroops could throw it over their chest and not be obstructed by the rigging. What they did, obviously I can't show it on here, but what they did is they had a wire stock.
Yeah.
It would fold over the side to make it easier that they could then deploy
for
easy access.
Speaking of paratroopers, like they kind of had stuff like that too, right? Not that particular gun, but you know the one I've seen the paratroopers have it was not that gun. That's a 1911, but it was like that type of stock on the end, right? What am I thinking of?
So there's pistol ones for it. Now this one actually, do you know where this one comes from?
Nah, it's like
this is a rifle, ATF. This is a 1911 artillery. This actually predates the M1 carbine design by about 25 years. This is a World War I design gun.
For what?
This was designed as basically, we copied the Germans. They had the PO9 Luger artillery, which was their PO8 pistol with a small folding stock that the pistol would actually be put in for storage, with it usually an extended 30-round snail magazine. The U.S. liked the idea for special operations and for artillery troops because it gave them a pistol firepower with a full stock, and it was designated the U.S. Model 1911 artillery.
So I'm looking at World War II, like paratrooper pistols and stuff, and what's popping up is this. I must have been confusing. Yeah, the M1 is like the #1, but obviously this popped up too. What we're talking about now, which is
the 1911 artillery. Those would be Browning high powers, but the design's the same.
Okay.
Basically, you wanted to be able to fire from the shoulder a pistol that you could easily carry and easily store. So the U.S. had the 1911. The British were still using revolvers at the time, so they didn't really have one. But the Germans had both a Luger version and they had one for the PO8 as well too.
It's funny that like this looks so old in design, but we're now like coming back to it. When you got like Fluxes, like the Flux that's recently dropped. It's the pistols in configuration. Even like the Glock ones that go into Glock. What's it called?
The Ronin kits and stuff for it?
The Ronin kits, yeah, and stuff like that, yeah. It's funny, it's pretty much the same stuff.
It comes full circle.
Yeah,
so we go back to the days of World War I, things that kind of looked weird, but you know, they functioned fantastic.
Yeah.
Of course, the real ones would have been cut off at these standard.
I guess you buy this and then you SBR it, and then you can put your 1911 pistol in there and you're good to go.
This one, if you want to see it, is made by Ivor Johnson. It's a fantastic gun. Just kind of a standard 1911 with a 16-inch barrel. She's kind of a weird girl, but
yeah. But it feels good though, like double-handing this and then.
The other cool thing, if you look actually not at the gun but down the stock is actually canted to your shoulder, so it's not straight. It's actually curves into the bend of your shoulder as well too.
Oh wow.
Yep. So they did a fantastic job designing it to really be as ergonomic as possible for the 1911 platform.
It feels like I'm shooting like a Flux or something, but it feels really good. Like it lines up. You literally double-hand it on the grip. You don't want, and you just go. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
So the 1911 artillery is very cool gun. Actually,
yeah.
Love the M1 carbine more.
Yeah, I need to try these one day. Maybe, grab one. You said this is a replica though, obviously,
yes,
right?
So this is one of the Auto Ordnance remakes. They were one of the original manufacturers of the M1 carbine. So the line does continue all the way through. But this one's not going to have the full wood furniture for it. It'll be the synthetic.
And I see it has a lot of the similar, like, of M1.
So you're talking about the Grand?
Yeah.
Like I said, this is kind of its nephew gun in a sense. Same port of action, so it's going to be that gas blowback for it, just scaled down to accommodate 30 carbine versus at 30-06.
And they sell these in 9mm also, right?
We do. We have not had any.
I've seen one in a long time ago. Y'all had one though, but yeah. Okay, well, thank you, man. Yeah, just had to ask because they've been sitting here. I've been wanting one, and I guess last thing then, what is the Ranger, right?
So this will just be
same thing or what?
Rough Rider. Same concept, but this one was actually U.S. domestically kind of engineered one. So Rough Rider will be same concept as the 1911 artillery, but it actually predates it. What this is just a full-length 16-inch revolver.
Was this used though?
Yeah, a lot of ranchers, people out west.
How would you hold it?
You would actually shoot it. So this is kind of funky. How this would work is you'd actually be either on horseback or you'd be on your fence post, and you'd go off your shoulder, your arm, like that. Because you have to have one hand on the reins, and then you go one hand over as well. So
and this is single action, right?
Single action, 22 LR.
Yeah.
So it would be very easy to shoot, very pleasant, but it would be kind of like that as well too. You'd be holding the reins on horseback, so you could shoot.
You're holding the rein right here.
Holding the reins. Yep. Or you'd be on the fence post and use the fence post the same way. So it's a cool gun.
And this being that single action, you have to take the whole entire cylinder out. Yeah.
But of course, all you have to do is just pop your reload.
And just drop them in there. You're right. You're right.
Single action is dated. But
Yeah. But people like it. It's like something you...
my favorite handgun that I own is a single action. So
Okay.
Actually, it's a single double action, but it's better in single action distance. But it's a very cool piece as well. But in that same vein as the 1911 caliber.
Got you. Well, it's time to make a decision, so let's think about it. All right, guys, so I did a little bit of research before even coming here, and these are already kind of the guns that was in my mind. Obviously, this was a very big one. Jax is one of his favorite. I would have preferred the full metal, though, with this one, so that's why I'm kind of like, I do like the comp. And if I don't get this, which I probably am not, I'm going to definitely pick up one of these performance centers down the road. The X10, I like it a lot. P320, you know, nothing wrong with it. It's heavy, it's big, it has the 15. But with that being said, I'm going with the 510. Why?
Don't say you can tell I talked you into it.
You could talk. I mean, you taught me a little bit, you know. But also, you know, I have the FNX 45. I love it. It's my bedside, and it kind of plays a lot in there. Obviously, there's the 509, and then there's the 510, and then there's the FNX 45, and then I think 545. Yeah, like they all are kind of like within the same family. Obviously, these are the more newer versions. But I wanted to get a 10 mil, and then the fact that it has a threaded barrel, you really can't beat that. So, and then the 20 round mag is just a plus.
It's hard to beat. FN, like I said, for me, it would come down to these two, and it basically is: do you want to compensate or do you want the threaded barrel?
Yeah.
Threaded barrel for me is more malleable, and then of course that extended magazine is hard to beat.
Yeah, you know, and this is not something that like I'm looking for like on the counter. I'm not like this is literally going to be a gun I would shoot for fun here and there, and if I ever go to the mountains, you know, the bear or something. Yeah, there we go. So that's what I look at. This though is like, I like it, but I want this gun in 9. And I'm gonna probably grab this gun in 9 very soon. But the price you cannot beat. This is way more expensive, but this price is solid. So we're gonna come back, Smith. I got you. Okay, we gonna come back. We gonna talk to you. But today we are going with the 510. All right, y'all. So look, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm not finna be super accurate because we already been shooting today, but I do want to just feel it, man. I want to feel it what 10 mil is all about and just see, you know, witness it. I want to witness what the 10 mil is, man. So we haven't really shot the lower half of this target, so I'm gonna be aiming like at the 9. I'll aim at like 9, right at the red. We'll just aim at that. I'm gonna bring it in to 15 also. All right, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little spooked. I'm a little spooked because I just heard stuff about this round. I heard it actually kind of hurts. It isn't pleasant is what they say. People say that this round is not pleasant. I also got my can as well, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm gonna aim for this 8 right here. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Try a little bit to the left. It's not bad. It definitely though has a kick, bro. That thing kicking up, boy. That thing is kicking up. That thing got a doom. It feel like I'm shooting a revolver. It don't feel bad though. Like I mean, I feel like if I keep shooting it, it's gonna feel bad. But let me see if I can get this thing a little bit more tightened up. I'm gonna shoot this 8 on this side. Let me get a little bit tighter on my grip. So we shot a little low, but of course it's because we're zoomed in, so I ain't tripping. I feel good. I feel good about that. All right, we're gonna aim for that 9. We're gonna aim up a little bit so we can shoot and hit that 9. Come on, baby. There we go. I want to see how she shoots suppressed now. All right, so I don't know. I probably have to check in. I don't know specifically if maybe I have to switch some springs out. That part I don't really know. So bear with me, but we're gonna at least just shoot and see how it goes. All right, 10 mil. I'm aiming at the 8. It locked back. It worked flawlessly, and I hit all my shots on the 8. It definitely knocked down a lot of that recoil. All right, we're gonna see if we can utilize this SIG Connect. I probably can't use it right now because the way that it might not work right now. I'm gonna see if I can get it to work. All right, so we have the SIG Connect set up, kind of jerry rigged, so we might actually lose the target. I don't know. I'm gonna aim a little bit above the actual circle because there's a lot of holes already. I'm gonna aim a little bit above there so we can see if we can get some actual reading. All right, yeah, it's reading it. Here you go. So you can see, I think it picked up a little bit more though. Obviously, I've been shooting. It has like 9 on there, and we shot only 5. So it's kind of not working. We have a lot, and it's a used target. I don't recommend it, but I'm having a little bit of fun. So we're gonna shoot a couple more and call it a day. All right, y'all, so we just wrapped that up. Amazing. 50 shots, no failures, suppressed, unsuppressed, no failures whatsoever. Spring is fine. Definitely I gotta get used to. The kick is big. Like it's not a soft shooter at all. It's a soft shooter, like it doesn't, there's no concuss, like it's not like that, but it definitely got like a heavier hit than like a 10mm. I definitely would say that. Like it's not as bad, but it's not as soft either. Woo. Damn, I can't even, that suppressor's hot. I'm gonna have to put this in the box. Woo. All right, Jackson, Rick, thank you, man. I'll talk to y'all soon. Yep. All right, y'all, so we got in the 510, had a blast shooting it. I already know what is next up on the list. Stay tuned. You know, we definitely got to follow up and do the Canic because we did pick up the Canic, so I'm going to be dropping a video on that. It may be up already by the time you see this, but we definitely want to try out the Canic. I definitely want to do some more with this. We're going to be seeing more of this as well. This is all kind of like first shots, pickup and stuff. You guys like this type of content, so, you know, why not? I also get a little bit of a history lesson. Jackson is a really good guy. He knows a lot about stuff, so it's also, you know, also like a good way to kind of like do some informational stuff on the channel. And, you know, I'm very happy with this particular pickup. This is the 15-round mag. I didn't even show y'all the 20-round mag that it comes with. This guy's got it. YouTube is not, it's not above you guys' you know, y'all like it no more than 30. We good. We're gonna follow YouTube's rules. We got you, YouTube, trust me. But this is their 22-round magazine, and it is unloaded, but you can check it out. That thing adds a little bit of extra length, but 22 rounds of 10 mil is wild. It shoots lovely suppressed. Exactly the reason why I wanted to grab it, because I wanted to shoot it suppressed. And, you know, does a very good job there. So, yeah, stay tuned. More coming soon. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.